Hey Cat Adjusters, today I want to talk about the top 3 things for success on your very first hurricane. But first, I want to let you know that I have a very special announcement at the end of this video, so stick around to the end. On Superstorm Sandy, I was working as a field support person, and about 6 weeks in, during our weekly team conference call, our site manager gave the final warning that any adjuster who hadn't turned in any closed claims yet would have those claims taken away and given to another adjuster and be asked to leave the storm. I couldn't believe it. Six weeks? That's more than a month. Weeks and weeks and weeks had gone by, and some adjusters hadn't turned in any closed claims at all. How are they paying for expensive New York hotels? How are they paying for gas? How are they paying for that terrible New York flat, floppy pizza? So I had about 24 adjusters on my team, some veterans, but most brand new. And I spent a lot of time with the new people, and I got to see firsthand the kinds of challenges that they were facing being brand new on their first ever storm. And thankfully, all of my new people had closed claims 6 weeks in. Whew. So here's how we did it. Number 1, good time management. So when you're on a storm like this, you have to manage your month. Because time flows so quickly on a storm, it's very, very easy to fall behind. You've got to manage your week. There will be such a rush of things coming at you every single moment of every single day that you'll quickly lose track of what day it is. And you've got to manage your day. From the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep, time is money. Every single second of every single day is an opportunity to get a claim closed. And you want to be closing claims every single day that you're on a storm. And how do you do this? Well, number 1, close claims on site. And when I say closed on site, I mean completely closed. The activity diary is done, the invoice is done, it's all put together. All you have to do at the end of the day is hit upload in your dashboard and you're done. Or do not scope more than you can write in a day. As a new adjuster, you won't be able to close more than about 2 or 3 claims a day for at least the first couple of weeks of your first storm. Do not, under any circumstances, go on a scoping rampage and try to scope all of your losses within the first couple of weeks and then think that you're going to sit down in your hotel room or go home and write them all up. I have seen literally hundreds of adjusters fail doing this. It is one of the quickest ways to get kicked off of a storm. Number 2, learn as you go. So you thought if you took an Xactimate course and got your licenses and sat through a couple of certification classes 10 months ago that you're ready to rock your first storm, right? What's going to happen is this. You will get deployed with a carrier who has a special computer system that they will require you to use to close their claims. They may even have you send out emails to a bunch of different people, including agents and managers, for each claim. They may have a totally different set of estimating guidelines than the ones that you were trained on. In other words, you're going to have to learn how to run claims on the job. You must have a plan to learn how to do this while you're doing it. If you don't make a plan to learn all the confusing things that a carrier is going to want you to do, you're going to freak out and quit. I've seen it dozens of times. And worse than that, your manager is going to be calling you every single morning demanding to know where all your closed claims are. And then at some point, he'll reach his limit and start taking claims away from you. And that's when you're effectively kicked off the storm. Number 3, make sure you've got the right gear ready to go in bins and bags in your garage or the back of your car. Make sure that you practice with your gear so that the first time you're unfolding your ladder or using your tape measure or using another piece of equipment isn't when you're standing in the insured's front yard in front of them, their contractor, or their PA. As soon as any of those people think for a second that you don't know what you're doing, it's like blood in the water, and they won't believe a word that you say. Your credibility will be gone. You could say the sky is blue and they won't believe you. Make sure you've gotten solid Xactimate experience and you practice with some practice claim scenarios. The more you dip into that software, the easier it is to remember where everything is. Make sure you know the basics of construction, and how those things are repaired or replaced will help you immensely when you get out on your first storm. So there you have it, the top 3 things that will help you be successful on your first ever hurricane or other big storm event. If you want to dive even deeper into preparing for your first storm, learning what to expect on a CAT site, and how to manage your time on a storm, I invite you to check out the latest edition of my ebook called The Elite Adjuster Method, 3rd edition. I wrote this book because of what I saw on Hurricane Katrina. So many new adjusters had no idea what to expect or what was expected of them. They got handed 50 claims or more, and within 2 weeks, many of them were gone from the storm. They just dropped everything and left. So over the next few years after Katrina, I developed a step-by-step program for new adjusters on their first deployments and began teaching it to dozens of adjusters in the field. So this has been field tested and proven to work. The most important thing is that this plan helps a new adjuster learn how to be an adjuster while they're on the job. Your time is precious, and if you think that all you have to do is scope houses and write estimates, you will have a rude awakening, because your time will absolutely be filled with phone calls, re-inspections, corrections, conference calls, drive time. If you don't have a plan, you won't have enough time to do all of these things. And not only that, closing quality claims that don't get sent back for as many corrections or supplements. And let's face it, we will always get files sent back to us, but having a plan for learning as you go will help keep kickbacks from overwhelming you and wrecking your schedule. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So the Elite Adjuster Method ebook is on sale right now at adjustertv.com. And if you buy before midnight this coming Sunday, June 3rd, you will get 20% off using the promo code Alberto, because Tropical Storm Alberto, right? So what are you waiting for? Go check it out. And don't forget, the 20% off sale ends this Sunday, June 3rd at midnight. The promo code is Alberto, and enter it at checkout. Finally, thanks so much for watching, and have a great storm.